So, oh, right.
今、YouTube ここ、マヌちゃんの顔が映ってると。で、まあ、ちょっとスポットライトいろいろ変えてみてください。なんか、そのカメラにしてもいいし。あはい。声聞こえてますかね。はい、はい、はい。
Camera on.
カメラオンですね。マイクはオフです。マルさん、マイクオフ、マイクオフ。まあ、こういういいです。いや、大丈夫。プロール、OK。3回やって。はい。じゃあ、大体
Today we are going to start with our lab seminar. The subject today is managed marathon. And maybe today he will share us the result, the finding, and some conclusion. If you have any questions, comments, we may
before that, I would like to talk something. Okay. そうですか。Okay ね。Thank you very much. So, from today, like our members officially fixed. Yeah. Here, how many? On side 12. Now it's 12. Yeah. And Taisei-san will come. So 13. And Otoko-san will come. So 14. Yeah. One student from DRC, Endo-san, Endo Hiroyuki-san. So in total 14. Yeah. 14. And one student who is in Checo, Homare-san. This term is away. He officially he is not joined. So second term he will come back. ということは、in total 14, including 誉さん15ですね。はい。それが1点ね。で、もう1点、まあ、せっかくなの最初なので、at the beginning, so let me talk a bit, the three things you want to keep in mind for the research. So the current student probably you have heard already. Three, please keep in mind the three things, the important things. ちょっと最初なので、 まあ、毎回言ってることなんですけど、繰り返しになりますけど、ちょっと言わせてください。で、Japanese and English ね、both。で、1点目なんですけど、その研究の進め方で、まあ、皆さんこれすごい迷われるっていうかね、なかなか大変だと思うんですけど、基本的にはまず読むことを絶対重要視してくださいと。まず読むから入るですね。先行研究を読む。で、読んだら、まあ、それでいろいろ考えますよね。で、考えたことですね、書くですね。書きます。うん、書く。で、で、それ書いた、で、皆さん、それでも発表しないといけないので、書いたものをまずは書くね。書いて、それをパワーポイントに、移していくっていう作業。うん。それが一番ね、効率的なので、まあ、そういうふうにやってくれたらいいと。まあ、で、やっぱりプレゼンテーションやるとなるとさ、どうしても、なんだ、パワポになっちゃうんでね、なるんですよ。うん。パワポ優先で。うん。けど、それをやってると、いざ2年目になって、論文を書くと。マスターテストはやっぱ文章で評価されるんでね、論文を書くってなった時に、やっぱ急には書けないんですよ、文章って。うん。なので、まずはもう書いていく。書いて、もうそれを蓄積していく。うん。で、それを元にパワポを作るっていう流れにしとくと、修論書くときも楽。まあ、結局もう書いてるものがあるからね、それをやればいいので。そうですね。Okay, the first point is, how to proceed, how to conduct the research activity. And I often said that the first reading, yeah, reading previous research will be the base. So you have to read, yeah. So research cannot be your originality is important, but that originality is based on the previous research. Yeah. So, so firstly, you have to read. Yeah. And the next one is writing. ね。you have to present in the seminars, right? So, many people, many students just focusing on making the good PowerPoint, yeah, PowerPoint slide. But that is not the first priority. Okay. First, please write, yeah, as a literature review or methodology, objective research. And after writing, and you pick, some the content to the PowerPoint, move to PowerPoint. That is the most effective. The second year, you have to write a master thesis. And suddenly you have to write 15 pages, 100 pages. Actually, it's impossible. Yeah. Yeah. It's difficult. Yeah. Or more, all the graduates, they say that. So, from the beginning, from the first year, if you first you write, and if you get used to writing it, so it's quite easy in the second year. ね。それが1点目ですね。で、2点目は、ごめんなさい。ちょっとまず日本語で言うんですけど、まあ、今回また14人で大所帯で、まあ、いろんな発表があると思います。で、まあ、これは、セミナーには限らないんですけど、まあ、どんな発表でも、何かしら学ぶことはあるということですね。それは、ずっと、ちょっと心に留めておいてほしいというか、あの、うん。それはまあ授業でも何でもそうだと思うんですけど、まあこのね、この内容関係ないなとかさ、自分に。この先生つまんない授業してるなとかさ、そういうのあると思うんですけど、まあでも、何かしら学ぶことがあるっていうかね、なんかそういう気持ちで、やると、いいと思います。で、まあ、トピックもみんなバラバラで、い自分のね、トピックにダイレクトで関係してるまあこのセミナーだと、まあなかなかないと思うんですよね。まあだけど、まあそれが逆にいいというか、あの、自分の、研究と照らし合わせて、ここなんかこういう新しいアイデアあるなとか、なんかそういうのを感じていってほしいというか、はい。で、まあ理系じゃないので、まあ社会学系じゃないですか、これね。で、だからまあ、あんまり、社会系、もちろん専門性は大事なんだけども、やっぱりいろんな人が集まって、いろんな専門の人が集まって議論するっていう方が、私はもう社会学系いいんじゃないかと、私は思ってて、だから、ね、まあ、数学だったり、ここ、まあ、英語もいるし、いろいろなとかがいると思うんですけど、まあ、そういう他の人もリスペクトしていろいろ聞いていってほしいですね。OK. The second point is, まあ、we have 14 people, and each research topic, each people, their research topic is different. And, but what we have, our mindset, mindset is any presentation or any research we can do, we can learn something. And this is not only for our seminars. You have to take many courses, right? And probably, I'm saying to myself, but some courses, this course is, I'm not interested in it. And this lecture is boring. Yeah, it's normal. You sometimes you feel like that. But even that lecture, you can find something, you can learn something. So that mindset, please keep in mind that. Yeah. And we our seminar has different topics, many different topics. Like at the first looking, how can I say? The first it looks like that's disadvantage, For example, the Japanese, they are Japanese course, They are major is everybody Japanese learn something. Yeah, but I think this is not a disadvantage, it's a kind of the advantage. And this our seminar is not science, 理系、何サイエンスだ。はい、nature science. Science. Our seminar is social science, social science. So these days, social science is, have you heard, 忘れた。もう言葉が出てこない。social science, many specialists, different area is discussing together is better ですね。トランスサイエンスだ。トランスサイエンスな時代とか言って、もう、ボーダーを超えるやつ。So, many, from different point of view, we can discuss each other. And that is, it's good for individual, individual research ことで、それ2点目。で、あと、これは、maybe I told maybe 2 weeks ago, 1 weeks ago, but 14 people. So, this is one community, our seminar, but you don't have to like stay together every time. But and of course, 14 there is 14 people. So maybe many things happen. Some people, and of course, people are the people. Yeah, but our objective, objective aim of this community is just doing the good research. Okay. So for that purpose, only for that purpose, please unite and gather. Okay. Of course, if it's a team sports, the professional team sports, the win the game, win the match is the objective, only the objective. Yeah. So, but instead, so our community is just academic community. So just the objective is making a good research. So for that purpose, please unite and gather. So, and this seminar twice a week is I wanted to put the first place to improve your research. So many, you can make opinion, any opinion is fine. And of course, and sometimes this seminar, I'm always here, and sometimes maybe I make a pressure to the presenter, but please understand, okay, no problem. But at the end of final dissertation, final semester, final seminar, always I protect you, no problem. Don't worry. Okay. なので、この場は結構ちょっとプレッシャーを後与えるかもしれないけど、最後は絶対に守るというか、立場ではいるので、ということでお願いします。で、その3つですね、だけとりあえずお願いします。はい、ちょっと、ロジとかもいろいろあるんですけど、とりあえず行きましょう。はい、じゃあ、はい。はい。
Okay. Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, online participants, welcome in this seminar. Today I'm going to present
my research. This is my fourth research presenting in joint seminar. I have altogether 40 slides. Some slides I will skip, and especially my focus is on data analysis and results. Please watch carefully, and I expect the feedback from all of you guys. And okay, thank you. My research topic is authentic assessment practices of integrated curriculum in grade 1 to 3 in Nepal. I am Manoj Paudel. My supervisor is Kusaka Satoshi. Okay. This is my acronyms. This is outline. Generally, I focus today data analysis and finding. Background of the study, especially my research topic is on authentic assessment practices. So I want to discuss from that education. In education, it has three critical aspects, especially curriculum, teaching, learning activities, and assessment. These are the key points, and I'm going to discuss about this assessment process, authentic assessment process. And in Nepal, yeah, since beginning, a subject-based curriculum has been implemented. As cited by Limitel 2009, as discussed, the subject-based curriculum is not meaningful in the context of Nepal. So integrated curriculum, now Fulan 2013 explains integrated curriculum is nature, especially it goes beyond the subject boundaries, and it empowers the real world learning through the connected concept. Connected concept means the concept which is connected to one subject to another, one discipline to another discipline. National Curriculum Framework 2018 emphasizes integration of learning in real world situation, especially integration that means cognitive part, affective part, and psychomotor part. Integrated curriculum 2019 established assessment is an integral part of curriculum, and especially our curriculum has focused on assessment for learning rather than assessment of learning. And this is the integrated curriculum nature in grade 1 to 3 curriculum I am discussing. Especially you can see the nature, and our curriculum disciplinary is especially subject-based curriculum. Multidisciplinary, that means the different disciplines are connected to each other. Interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary, especially.
Presentation view にしないといけない。できてるね。できてる。Okay. Fine.
Thank you. And this is integrated curriculum structure. The first figure one shows that multidisciplinary design, and this second figure, this is the interdisciplinary design, and you can see here all the disciplines, and their focus is to achieve the soft skills. They are connected with the common themes. Okay, and assessment in integrated curriculum special advances students learning success and understanding. Implementation process especially should prioritize learners significant involvement in the assessment process, including self-assessment, opportunities of sharing assessment criteria with students, and peer assessment. And process of integrated curriculum, especially focus formal as well as non-informal assessment techniques. And it seeks authentic assessment tools and its remedial planning activity. My statement of problem is, Gyawali 2018 explains teachers' reliance on rote memorization and examination-centric learning stifles creativity, hampers creativity and critical thinking, and it overshadows the soft skill development and it hinders students' individuality. Content-based assessment especially prioritize memorization over the contextualized learning experiences. It leads to higher failure rate and underachievement. NAN 2021. This is the report of ERO grade 3 numeracy achievement is 37.22. And most of the teacher, they understand instructional practice and assessment practice are separate things. This is a key problem. And another, I'm talking about that authentic assessment. There is a gap despite CDC. CDC means Curriculum Development Center. Emphasis on formative assessment. Our curriculum, integrated curriculum, has focused on formative assessment for learning. However, significant proportion of the teachers lack familiarity with the authentic assessment practices, hindering effective implementation. So this study focused on the assessment practices of integrated curriculum against the domination of traditional based assessment system. My research purpose is to explore the authentic assessment practices in mathematics classroom of integrated curriculum in grade 1 to 3. And the following research question will guide this study. I have three research questions. I have said three research questions. The first one is, how do teachers understand the concept of authentic assessment? Second, what is the extent of teachers' understanding of assessment technique prescribed in the curriculum? And third, how do teachers implement authentic assessment in the mathematics classroom in grade 1 to 3? This is my rationale that this research is to explore how teachers interpret and apply concept of authentic assessment system as well as perception of the assessment technique, how teachers understand formal as well as non-formal assessment techniques to make their assessment more reliable, more authentic, more realistic. Similarly, through this exploration, the study seeks to provide valuable insight into the role of authentic assessment in promoting holistic and meaningful learning experiences. And this is a literature review. I have divided this literature review in three or four parts: conceptual part, theoretical part, policy part, and I find that research gap. This is just a concept, a definition. Gulikar 2006 and Muller, John Muller 2005 says authentic assessment is it focuses on tax. It is the tax-based assessment. Especially authentic assessment is tax-based assessment, project-based assessment, and problem-based assessment. We should remind this, especially they focus and that reflect the real world challenges, real world, right? We should connect the assessment into real world scenarios. And this comprehensive assessment, it assesses complex capabilities. Authentic assessment assesses complex capabilities, not only cognitive, more effective and other parts also, knowledge, skills, and behavior in the context. Similarly, Frey 2014 defines authentic assessment as aligning with the real life tasks, emphasizing the importance of mirroring real world needs in assignment, content, and assessment method. I have applied in my research John Muller's this 4 steps criteria. I don't explain more, only I say identify the standard, selecting an authentic task, and creating, developing criteria for the task, and finally creating a rubrics. This is the simply assessment process. The teacher should follow this process then to make their assessment real and more practical. And I have applied this theory in my research, especially identify standard. That means that our curriculum has set learning outcomes and I connected these learning outcomes, to identify the standard. If we want to make the assessment more reliable, more practical, then we should we should select an authentic task. The students should be provided by authentic tasks. That means math concept, problem solve, etc. Identify criteria and creating rubrics. And I have used this Frey concept also in my research, especially Frey explains these 9 characteristics and 3 categories, especially Frey focus realistic activity or context. Assessment must be conducted in realistic situation, especially Frey focus in this way. And this authentic assessment seeks more performance based, and it is more than cognitive complex. The task is more cognitively complex, and in this assessment, students should involve in the assessment process, whole process. Theoretical, and this is our just policy. How we are applying assessment procedure in our curriculum, I have just explained here. These 9 criteria, our curriculum has mentioned these 9 criteria, and how we assess our students. Each and every learning outcomes is to be assessed into 4 categories like this: below basic, basic, proficient, and advanced. This is a kind of rubrics provided by the curriculum. One below basic is below basic to advanced. It is given 1, 2, 3, 4. In this way. Now, if the student could not achieve the learning outcomes and require remedial learning for all outcomes, it should be ranked graded 1. Basic, the mainly key learning outcome have been partially achieved and remedial learning is needed. We should give two marks. We can say 2 marks just. And proficient 3 is if students achieve key learning outcomes, most of the learning outcomes, then it is 3. Then if students achieve high level of learning outcomes, that is proficient 4. This is empirical study conducted on this topics till now. And the research gap especially, I found content and context gap. There is a lack of study and very few opinions are expressed in this topic, integrated curriculum, within Nepalese curriculum specific context. This is the main gap I identified. And the second one is methodological gap. Why methodological gap? Especially existing or these studies are found to be conducted in very limited in scope, and the study I found they are very few participants are focused on qualitative methods such as document analysis and interviews, but it is essential to capture the perception of large volume of teachers using survey and interview. And I have conducted this research, and conducting a survey and interview. Survey, I included 280 teachers, and I conducted interview with 9 teachers. 9 teachers. Assessment system. This is the current assessment system in integrated curriculum of Nepal, predominantly based on traditional structure paper pencil test, which is yet to uncover the principle of authentic assessment. So my research focus on exploring the teacher's understanding and experience regarding the adoption of authentic assessment in the integrated curriculum. This is my simply research design. I have explained all the things in my research writing thesis part. Yes, I have explained only here. I have used mixed method, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative means I have prepared questionnaires for teachers, questionnaire for teacher, and for qualitative teachers interview and head teacher. Head teacher means principals interview. And quantitative research, I analyze statistically frequency percentage in this way, and qualitative research that I analyzed thematically. Then I gathered these two groups and I found my result. This is a sampling strategy, urban and rural, especially in urban 161 and rural 119, altogether 280 teachers. Interview altogether 6 teachers and head teachers 3. Head teachers means head teacher is also a teachers. They are teaching in the same grade, and I use this thematic themes for survey and interview. These are my questionnaires. I will not explain more. In previous presentation, I explained. In research question 1, I have prepared seven questions, and in research question 2, it is especially linked questions and multi-response type questions. Yeah, I have displayed here. And in research question 3, how do teacher implement authentic assessment? I have uh, nine questions. And now I proceed to data analysis. Research question 1, understanding authentic assessment. How do teachers understand the concept of authentic assessment? At first, the question was how have you heard about authentic assessment? In response to the questions, have you heard about authentic assessment? The teachers, the most of the teachers, that means more than almost two-thirds, 66.8% teachers, they have heard about, they are familiar, and 33, one-third, almost one-third percent, they are not familiar, and municipality and rural municipality, they have the same, similar, no significant difference between rural and urban areas teacher. Now I'll go a little fast, okay? I have more slides. And this is utilization of authentic method. It was I have asked one questions. How do you assess geometry? Authentic. How do you apply authentic assessment in geometric concept? Geometric teaching geometric concept or assessing geometric concept in grade 1 to 3, and it was multi-response question, paper pencil test, rote learning, measuring tape to measure the length and weight, pattern block to create the various of these are the distractors, and this is a multi-response question, not multiple choice question. This is multi-response. This is more than 100%, you can see there, and most of the teachers they applied 71.1% and 37.5% they have used this connected to real world. They have focused their assessment in real world tasks, and you can see here in a figure. I will not explain more. Similarly, skills. Which of the skills is to be assessed to make the assessment more authentic? This is also multi-response question. The result shows that the teacher prioritized hard skill like application skill and problem solving skill. You can see result 65 and 50%. The percentage is good. They have heard, they have well known concept of authentic assessment. Similarly, you can see here comprehensive assessment of students. Most of the teachers, over 90% teachers, they emphasize the holistic assessment, that means knowledge, skills, and attitude. Very minimal focus observed on isolated domain, less than 10%, prioritizing skill, knowledge, and attitude. And these are the characteristics, especially these all are the characteristics of authentic assessment, especially real life tasks, skills, and tasks. Most of the more than 2/3% of teachers, they focus on real life tasks, and 44.6% focus on real world application of knowledge in this way. And these are the examples. This is very important part. This is open-ended question, not that is statistical data. These are open-ended. Have you heard about authentic assessment? And 1/3, around 50% of the teachers, yeah, they said I have heard authentic assessment. And in response to question, if you have heard what is meant by authentic assessment, the teacher's answer is like this. Out of 260, 65 teachers respond. And the responses is like this. These are the examples provided by the teachers. Some teachers, 10 teachers apply real world context, 8 teachers apply project based learning, 6 teacher performance tasks, 5 teacher portfolio. These are the assessment examples of authentic assessment provided by the teachers. And viewing these practices, authentic assessment means assessing skills and knowledge in real life context, like hand-on project and practical activities. And the teacher applied authentic assessment by in this way. I have written here on examples. The teacher by organizing a trip to a nearby food shop. One of the teacher explained like this. The teacher they took students to the near to food shops where students engage in counting, estimating weight, calculating expenses. These hands-on experiences, hands-on activities enhances the arithmetic skills and it fosters problem solving in the real world context. Nearly 50% of the teachers use oral and written tests. That means 50% of the teachers, they have used still paper pencil test. And this is the interview connection. If each and every research question I have connected that statistical data, open response, and teachers interview. Since I have yeah, like this. 5 minutes, okay. Thank you. And this is interview. The teachers. I have this is the narrative inquiry from the teachers. Examples by the teachers. Almost all teachers answered that students are tasked with labeling shapes like triangle, quadrilateral, and circle on a worksheet. That means this is the traditional type assessment, focusing on real dot memorization and written test, then recognizing different shapes. These are the narrative inquiry I have listed, but I will not explain more. Please, you can see there. And in research question 2, similarly, I have listed all the questions in this way. This is also multi-response question. In curriculum, theme-wise assessment and learning outcome-wise assessment approach is focused, and the teacher applied 63.9 and learning outcome at 54.3% teachers. They adhere practice of integrated curriculum, and other notable percent favoring traditional assessment practice. This is the assessment tools applied by the teachers. You can see classroom participation, project and experimental work. They have applied almost 80% teachers. They have applied project work and experimental, but some teachers applied self-evaluation, parental response. At least they have applied, but this indicates that varied assessment tools and techniques the teachers have applied. This is the perception of the teachers. How do teachers perceive continuous assessment practice in integrated curriculum? This is leakage skill questionnaire. The blue part you can see a 50 point blue part you can see 56.1 and yellow part you can see 22.5. Altogether agree and disagree. If you compile this, add these two parts, 56, almost 80%. More than 80%, around 80% of the teachers, they have the perception about positive perception about assessment techniques. These are 11 leakage school questions. Almost all teachers, they have in each and every statement, the teacher focused their positive perception. This is also soft skill related to mathematics curriculum, and all the teachers, around more than 75% teachers, they have the soft skill. They recognize the importance of soft skill in mathematics in integrated curriculum. And this is the interview data. Interview shows discrepancy between theory and practice. In data, statistical data, almost 2/3 of the teachers have understood, have the clear concept of authentic assessment, but this interview and open-ended some responses shows discrepancy between theory and practices, and this triangulation of quantitative data with teachers' narrative inquiry highlights the nuanced nature. This is the very nuanced nature of assessment practice within educational landscape. I have summarized very low summarized. I have written a little more in thesis. Teacher A focus highlights challenges in implementing theme-wise and learning outcome-wise assessment due to the time constraint and pressure to terminal exams, prioritizing content knowledge over the authentic assessment. This type of responses the teacher has explained A, B, C in this way. I have listed all the narratives of the inquiry of the teachers. All have explained lack of adequate resources, time constraint, and student and teachers ratio, inadequate training, hindering implementation. These are and similarly in research question 3, planning of authentic assessment. The teacher maybe 57.1% teachers they plan about authentic assessment. You can see the data. And familiarity about the concept of rubrics. 56.1% teachers they demonstrated the level of familiarity with the rubrics assessment, and only 6.4% responses showed unfamiliarity. Very familiar, moderate familiar, somewhat familiar, and not familiar at all. These are the assessment tools, 12 assessment tools applied by the teachers in while assessing students in mathematics classroom. You can see traditional practices, especially question answer method, is applied by the teachers, almost 85% applied. Similarly, audio visual, oral questions, written work, these are the traditional practices, especially used by the teachers. And this is the additional assessment, not only the curriculum. The teacher, they have focused additional assessment tools like abacus, play card, number game, real object, diagnostic test, drilling exercise. These are the tools adopted by the teachers in mathematics curriculum. And compliance of assessment process. And this is the John Muller concept, 4-step of authentic assessment. Identify standards, selecting authentic tasks, identify criteria of the tasks, and creating rubrics. The teachers, over 80% of the respondents expressed familiarity. Their utilization remained minimal in practice. The interview shows the discrepancy. The teacher first says there is the use of rubrics for clear assessment criteria and constructive feedback, ensuring fairness and consistency in assessment. But in contrast, teacher to find rubrics time-consuming, challenging, articulate, preferring to rely on intuition. Intuition means they are on traditional mindset. They want to use traditional mindset and traditional methods for assessment. This type of experience I observed while interview. And these are the challenges identified by the teachers in implementing authentic assessment. These are the challenges: a lack of competence, time limitation, lack of resources. These all are the multi-response questions, not multiple choice. You can see there, this is more than 100%. Most of the questions I have selected here. Yearn is 280. All the teachers participated. And viewing these challenges, the teacher identified more challenges also. I have categorized, coded, categorized, and I have listed here key points. The teacher has mentioned these points: government policy and administration, resource trust and competence and training, student-related challenge, parental involvement and support, and school environment. These are the key points identified by the teachers. These are special challenges. And here are narrative inquiry of the teachers. I have listed all the teachers inquiry. perception here, quantitative data as well as this interview data. The teacher A emphasizes experiential learning through shopping adventure activity integrating math. The teacher explains, I want to connect my students to real world scenarios. I assess my students connecting with the real world situation, not only inside the classroom. I want to take my students outside the classroom and involve in project based activities like this. And the teacher B uses hands-on activity like as measurement activity, game for learning, measurement area, making math fun and relatable. But other teachers, especially teacher C, D, E, F, they focus on implements traditional worksheet assessment, focusing on accurate measurement and formula application. And more than 50% of the teachers, they apply traditional assessment practices. They only finding correct formula and getting correct result is authentic assessment. The teachers have the traditional such type of mindset. These are the teachers narrative inquiry I listed there in very short, but in my thesis I have listed almost 7 or 8 lines narrative inquiry I have listed there. These are the head teachers interview inquiry. Teacher advocate means supports the authentic assessment, but he faces challenges like limited training. Teacher has not got training related to assessment and parental pressure. Especially our curriculum, our tradition is our parents focus on grade sheet. They want to look. They want to they expect the high score, but they don't care about that students potentiality. And the parents pressure for grades and resource constraint. Teacher be focus, identify resource scarcity as hindering effective assessment, citing the lack of physical facilities and instructional materials. Similarly, teachers see notes reluctance. Teachers don't adopt such type of activities, nuanced activities, right? They want to follow the traditional activities. These all are the narrative inquiry from the teachers and head teachers I have listed in this way. And finally, these are the findings and conclusion I have listed here. Four points especially. Teacher demonstrate strong and commendable theoretical understanding of authentic assessment concept. Yet the teacher encounters challenges in translating their knowledge into classroom practice. This is the theory and practical implementation gap. While quantitative data indicates high comprehension level, almost 2/3 of the teachers, they have a positive perception about authentic assessment, but qualitative insight reveals a gap between theory and implementation, with some mistakenly relying on traditional assessment method instead. This is the main these findings. And second one, teachers' proactive engagement in curriculum implement extend beyond the prescribed provision. The curriculum has focused 9 assessment tools or 12 assessment tools, but the teacher want to focus more beyond the assessment techniques prescribed by the curriculum that I explained earlier. And bridging the gap between theory and practice is crucial for successful integration of authentic assessment in mathematics classroom. So ongoing support and training are essential to empower the teachers in effectively applying their practice and enhancing learning outcomes. And when students are recognized as a crucial pillar in assessment practices, authentic assessment in mathematics becomes imperative and vital, which fosters meaningful and contextual learning experiences. This highlights the importance of integrating authentic assessment practice into the integrated curriculum in grade 1 to 3. This is my references, not totally, just one slide. And thank you for attention. Okay. Thank you very much.
34. Friday, how many? 30 minutes you can talk.
20 or 20. 20 or 25. It's too long, sir.
Do you have any comments?
Just I want to show this thesis, this one all detail. I have written here almost 80 pages, and I copied from this thesis to PowerPoint. Okay, not complete, but maybe it might draft. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Please.
そうあ画面をオンにしてもらって、で、スポットをどんどんちょっと変えていってください。
Congratulations, Mari-san. I felt you do a research well. So there are a lot of research data. So I felt great. So just one comment and just one question. First of all, I'd like to say question. Go back to the slide number 29. Sorry, 30. Perception of continuous assessment system regarding curriculum. 30, yeah. So, yeah, I think it is lack of my knowledges. So I want to know more about this contents. What's the SD and D? NASA. What's the full name? So firstly, I saw this slide. SD is a standard deviation. So just I confused. Mm.
Continuous assessment practices.
Yes.
Continuous assessment or continuous assessment practices in integrated curriculum are still on this page. So just to strongly disagree, young neutral, to agree, and
Strong agree.
strongly agree. So here, more than 75.
Okay.
Almost 50% of the people they have the positive perception about this statement of the assessment provided by the curriculum.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I understand. So, on your slide 29, you put on the full of the scale assessment techniques. So if you can, 30 should better put on the strong disagree or disagree, agree, strong agree, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's a help to understand. Yeah, just like this. Okay, thank you, Mari-san. Yes. Mm. Yes. Yeah, I know. Mm. Okay. 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 Okay, and just one comment ね。if you can make a table or a graph, go back to the slide 39 and 14, 40, 39 and 40. Yes. Yeah. 40, 40. So, yeah. 40, 40, 40. That's this one. So, there are a lot of words and sentences. So, if you can make more simply, it's better. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Sorry if I miss here your explain. I want to know about interview little more. For example, did you contact interview? You?
Yeah,
Yeah. How long time is interview? What is question in interview? Interview style one on one by one.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kenta-san. Very interesting questions. Maybe I conducted interview one by one to one. I went to each schools, maybe 7 schools. I went to 7 schools and visited each 7 teachers. And in one schools, I conducted group interview, like a focus group discussion. But yeah, I conducted one by one, and it took almost 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes, almost 1 hour 30 minutes to each teachers. This was one by one interview. And I conduct it was totally based on this quantitative data related to quantitative data. Now, survey I prepared interview guidelines. Totally 10 guidelines I had prepared, and based on these guidelines and based on these the survey result, what they filled, okay, what they have already filled questionnaires, what they have already responded with quantitative responses, then I took interview with them. It's clear?
Maybe. One more. Please show me slide. Assessment tool as per math curriculum. Up. Little up. No. Up. Okay. About this bar graph. Under the bar graph, orange bar is assessment tools.
These are
Yeah. そのイエロー、what is yellow? いやいや。nothing ね。
This is the bar graph.
nothing ね。
Yeah, these are assessment tools,
Mm.
12 assessment tools.
Oh.
And how many percentage? Maybe 85 percentage of the picture they use the traditional question answer, and this one 75%.
じゃあ、イエロー is nothing ね。
Yeah.
Okay. はい。Thank you.
Okay. So, now we have the opportunity to listen to Endo Hiroti-san. Please turn off computer on your microphone.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Welcome.
Can you hear? Okay. Thank you for the presentation, Manoj-san. Hello, how are you? Good?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
Okay. Okay, I have some questions. Is it okay? Can you hear? Okay. Okay, so I have some questions. And first of all, I want to know about more example of authentic tasks. So in your presentation, you explained authentic task, like organize a trip to go to a fruit shop or something. And so do you have some more examples of authentic tasks?
Thank you very much. Maybe it is organization. This one. Can you see this slide? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you see my slide on the screen?
yes, I can see.
Okay. This is the example of authentic assessment. Maybe the teachers, they explained the quantitative data shows good practice, good understanding about authentic assessment. And here, the examples of authentic assessment provided by the teachers. This is the open-ended responses. I had requested to provide an answer about authentic assessment. Have you applied authentic assessment? Have you heard about authentic assessment? In response to the questions, the teachers has explained their view in this way, and I categorized, categorized 65 teachers out of 280. They focus maybe real world tasks. Almost 10 teachers, they apply real world tasks, and 8 teachers, they apply project based learning. Maybe the teachers, they want to engage their students outside the classroom. They engage in different activities like designing or constructing a garden near to school environment. And this is a kind of project based activities the teacher wanted to apply. These are the responses by the teachers. Maybe here is I wanted to clarify here in words. One of the teachers, maybe some of the teachers, they applied in this way field trip by organizing trip to a nearby fruit shop. One of the teacher explained like this: the teachers took their students to fruit shop near to school, and the students, they engaged in real activities, hands-on activities like as counting the fruits, estimating weight, and calculating expenses. Maybe the most of the students, they engage in that real activities, and the teacher assess how actively participate in that process. The teacher assess like this. This is the hands-on project-based hands-on activities yeah, by the students. So I want to explain the perception of the teachers here.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. So to expect for the trip to nearby fruit shop, do you have another example? What activity do students do in the authentic tasks?
Okay, in authentic
Not
tasks,
only the, not only
yeah.
not only calculating
Yeah.
in
Okay,
after the
okay, please.
shopping.
You can see there examples by the teacher. Maybe you can see one examples. Yeah, I interview with the teachers. The teachers were tasked assessing the learning outcomes. How do you assess students to trace the shape of the triangles, quadrilateral circles? This is one of the examples. Yeah, learning outcome in my creation theme. This is a theme for grade 2 students, and most of the teachers they relied on rote memorization, repetitive drill, and written test. And the teacher they understand authentic assessment. Yeah, mistakenly considering authentic assessment. The examples you can see they are almost all answered. Students are tasked with labeling shapes with triangles, quadrilateral circles on a worksheet. The teacher, they participated their students writing, drawing triangles, quadrilaterals in the worksheet, and they wanted to focus on rote memorization, drilling activities, written test activities, and recognizing different shapes. The teacher, most of the teacher wanted to take test like this, and some of but however, this assessment actually lacked authenticity and ineffective to assess the learning outcomes as they were failed to incorporate real life context. Maybe, yeah, I have written there in last sentences, the teacher did not integrate field tips to observe shapes in community or schools around which, yeah, they could have provided students with practical exposure to geometric shapes. Maybe in within a school or community, the students can be participated in observing the different shapes of the triangles, quadrilaterals, circles. Then they have the clear idea about that assessment. Then after observing that activities, they want yeah, the teacher could have yeah, focused on writing some things, yeah, writing or doing project work inside the classroom. That type of activities was good, but most of the teachers they applied the traditional based activities like as yeah, drawing pictures in worksheet, then drilling, recalling. This is triangle, this is quadrilateral. Yeah, this is the traditional type assessment the teacher must relied. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask more question related to the
Please.
first question?
Okay.
In your curriculum, in the curriculum in Nepal, does it show the example of the authentic tasks in your curriculum?
Yes. Okay. And all the yeah, in our curriculum, all the activities, all the learning outcomes that is connected to project work, real world context. The students should be involved in authentic tasks. It is provided by the curriculum, and the teacher should engage their students according to the provided by the curriculums, but the teacher didn't apply these activities because due to their knowledge about authentic assessment, due to time constraint and other things, maybe they are not applying. This is the pictures from the interview and open-ended responses. There is a gap between their theoretical understanding and doing practical activities inside the classroom.
Okay, thank you. This is the final questions. And so do you have any suggestions? Do you have any idea to realize the authentic task, authentic assessment for the teacher in Nepal?
In our curriculum, integrated curriculum, it is totally task-based curriculum, project-based curriculum, and in assessment process, students should be involved there. not only applying that traditional assessment, if the teacher apply that curriculum properly, then the authentic assessment, we can see that the students, maybe more assessed properly, but the teacher doesn't apply that assessment process implied in the curriculum, integrated curriculum. All the suggestions after completing one themes, it is written there. Tasks or project works should be applied for the assessing of the learning outcomes, but the teacher doesn't apply properly.
So what can teachers do to realize authentic assessment?
Okay,
in your
for
tradition?
authentic assessment, the teacher should design the authentic tasks according to the learning outcomes. The tasks must be related to hands-on or project-based activities, not only related to cognitive approach. Maybe it should focus the real-world situation. The teacher should involve in the teacher use metacognitive activities. They should use their hands activities, minds activities. Maybe it goes beyond the traditional practices. Practices.
Okay, so you mean that they should enhance their knowledge about authentic tasks. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Asking many questions. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Also, we have some question and comment about Rajasthan. Please turn on your microphone, the camera.
Can you hear? Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Malik-san,
Oh, okay,
for the presentation. I just have two questions. The first one is.
Can you hear me?
Okay, please. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Manoj-san.
Hi.
It's very nice topic and it's very interesting. I have a few questions about your topic.
Please.
And first, I think that the teachers have a knowledge about the authentic assessment. But what is the problem for the teachers to applying or implement the authentic assessment during the class? My first question is, and the second question is, and how the teachers should choose authentic assessment, especially focuses on a real life situation, because it's a kind of very difficult to choose the authentic assessment for the curriculum, for the curriculum. So I want to know about, how can we choose the authentic assessment for the students related to the topics and related to the curriculum?
Okay, thank you very much. I have already mentioned the challenges of applying authentic assessment in the classroom. Maybe most of the teachers, they doesn't want to apply the innovative practices, but they want to apply the traditional practices, what they known, what they have practiced before, especially time constraint and traditional mindset and reluctance to change their activities. So the teachers, they are applying And I have mentioned all the challenges in that slide, last slide. Maybe I can see more. And the teacher need not do more efforts. Our curriculum has mentioned all the authentic tasks, yeah, including related to learning outcome. If the teachers follow properly the teachers guide and curriculum and worksheet, and the students could be assessed properly, but the teachers does not want to change their mindset. The teacher does not follow the teacher's guide properly. Only they focus on textbook and worksheet, textbook and workbook only. So the assessment is not practiced properly, Dorsan.
Yes, yes, I think so.
The teacher need not do more efforts. It is written clearly on the textbook and curriculum.
Okay.
Maybe you can see there what are the challenges. Maybe these are the challenges I mentioned here. Especially the teacher wants to cover the curriculum on time. They want to focus on grades, but they don't want to focus the students' achievements. And yeah, they have the pressure for grades from parents also. They focus grades, mark sheet, and the physical facilities and other barriers. The teachers is not adopting the diverse assessment techniques.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. じゃあ、OK、オーバーするかもしれない。Sorry, 5, 10 minutes. That's okay. Congratulations, first of all, Manu-san. This is your final presentation. Yeah, I'd like to congratulate because the first three, your topic is going this way and this way, but finally you, how can I say, the arrange and organize up to this. And so I really impressed first three, I'd like to say. Yeah, but to improve more, I'd like a couple of comments. Yeah. Actually, you surveyed a lot of things there, and you presented things. で、どうしてもね、なんか、here, this is kind of just a current situation survey. You understand that we talked a lot, right? And どうしてもね、現状調査に聞こえてしまうんですよね。で、研究なので、いや、まあ、研究なのでっていう、まあ、研究も現状調査も研究なんだけど、やっぱり現状調査でとどまるんではなくて、やっぱりアカデミックなポイントを入れてインタグレーションさせてほしい。So, of course, you are the practitioner, everybody. So, you know the practice, yeah. And probably your mindset is always, you want to survey the current situation, normal, yeah. But you as well as you are the researcher, right? So, and you will write conduct academic research. So, you cannot stop up to the current situation survey. 現状調査にだけにとどまらないでほしいというか、そこでとどまっちゃうと、まあ、これ現状調査ですよね、みたいな、ユネスコとか、UN が出しているようなレポートと一緒になってしまう。So, it's going to be the similar report, like UNESCO, UN published, yeah. So, something integrate academic point of view and practice, and you can, your research is gonna be more meaningful. で、まあ、それが、this is a very, very first point. And based on that comment, I'd like to suggest something. Firstly, probably your main topic is the gap between theory and practice, or teacher understanding authentic assessment, actual practice. There is a gap, right?
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
a.
Yeah. Through this research, can you, you can find the gap. But can you, did you also find the reason why that the gap happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So if so, go back to the objective. Well,
Right.
もしこのもうギャップのここ誰か聞きましたよね。Somebody asked, what's the reason? どこさんかな ?Why the gap happened? って聞きましたね。オブジェクティブで、もう、research question maybe it's okay. で、research objective to find, now it's kind of explore the authenticity. Yeah, it's a bit vague, right? So, to find out the gap between, I don't know, understanding each other, understanding and doing the authentic assessment theory and practice. And why the reason why that happens. And you set this research question. 3 questions is quite related to that. 変えて、で、go to the literature review. Okay, sorry, before that. またちょっと動いてないな。まあいいや。Okay, go to the background and problem statement. Sorry, I don't. So the problem statement, yeah, this one should be related to the objective. So, この辺かね、still, maybe, still not related. For example, authentic assessment plus integrated curriculum against domination of traditional content data. もう you can use this kind of thing that something, there is a problem, like especially authentic assessment. Some teachers, they have a difficulty for the implementation. So that's the kind of problem you should put here. So you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe
something related to, it's like, looks related, but too narrow. So something that
despite the curriculum in classes.
Yes, this kind.
Significant proportion of teachers, they lack familiarity, they lack focus on authentic assessment.
Yes. Okay. そうですね。もうジェネラルで。で、go to the 先行研究ですね。literature review. And I know you have read many articles. And you showed the articles what you read, and I know you have read many. But how to relate what you have read, your knowledge, to the practices a bit need to improve. There are 2, なんだっけ? This one and another one. Yeah. Okay. So these 2 will be the key theory, right? Key theory, right? So these 2 theories, you should connect to your questionnaire or result. So that one, you have to show it how you connect it. You just show these theories, yeah. But in the result or discussion, looks like not connected, but not logically connected, right? So, looking at this.
Okay, can I see one sentence? Just okay. Maybe. Focus here. This one. I especially actually like this authentic assessment. It focuses on context.
うん。
One Moeller says that
Process,
these are the
right?
process of
Mm.
authentic assessment.
うん。
And in authentic assessment, the students' participation must be necessary, students' involvement. Maybe the activities should be realistic and it should be contextual.
うん。
And students should be involved in hands-on activities, project-based tasks,
うん。
and students collaboration
Okay.
in assessment. Then after, yeah, I want to that explore that current assessment practices. Just
So this is your conceptual framework.
yeah.
So-
Just I include these points especially in
So
my research.
authentic assessment is necessary process
Yeah,
and
process
student-
and students
student
involvement.
So two aspects.
Yes, two
important.
aspects. Yeah,
So can you relate what your questionnaire
yeah.
to this conceptual framework? Like,
Uh-huh.
like we would like to know, I would like to know the whole picture of the questionnaire and this questionnaire, these items
Mhm.
asking about this process. These items
Yeah,
are asking this one. But
yeah.
as a research design, please show that.
Especially, I have explained thematically
Mm.
this process suggested by the John Muller. The teachers they
Mm.
have applied this process on or not in implementation discussion. I have written clearly, and in implementation, the students is involved in that activities or not. Thematically, I have explained in my research.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Mm.
What I want to say is that integration of theory, academic theory, and practice,
Mhm.
and already academic theory is there, right? John Muller is there. So, based on this theory, you developed a questionnaire
Mhm.
and analyze.
Yeah,
So that one you have to show it. Yeah. So go back to the slide. Yeah, and this is another theory. This one.
Yeah.
You use this one?
Yeah, these two. These are the process of assessment.
Assessment, okay.
Maybe I need to correlate these all the process, how this process is connected to my research.
Yes,
Especially,
yes.
I explained all the things in research. Yeah, I have explained
So,
from here.
Based on this theory,
Yeah.
for example,
The teacher has
identifying-
followed these steps or not.
Mm.
Especially, I connect this to my research.
So
Yeah.
based on this theory, you ask you made a
Yeah.
questionnaire, right?
All the
selection task or criteria for task. So, as a research design, please show it. Okay. And the next one.
And this one activities, yeah, suggested by Frey.
Uh-huh.
Especially they focus on realistic activity, and the students should perform special tasks, and these all are the activities by the students.
これは this, いろいろあるから。This is also one theory.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Can you interpret this? The first one is process, right?
Yes.
And this one is kind of the context of authentic assessment.
Maybe, yeah, that's why I connected here. This one. Yeah, this one is the Muller's part process, and this
this is
one
the-
is taken from the Frey.
Frey,
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Please, you have to show it. Okay.
Okay.
So these two theories
Yes.
from the process and
Combination.
the context, and you made this theory.
Yes.
Based on that theory, you made a questionnaire and analyze.
Yeah, I prepared questionnaire based on these activities.
Yeah. Finally,
Because our integrated curriculum deserve authentic curriculum. So I want to explore the practices by the teachers. Not only finding that our activity, that this is the new concept the teacher has followed. This assessment practice properly or not. Because our curriculum is authentic curriculum. By different pictures we can say. So we want to explore the practice only. Maybe it seems to just like a report.
Okay. Yes. Also, the last comment is how to present your results and the discussion. Yeah. More about logic, basically. Yeah, objective again. What's the objective? Research
Okay.
objective is to
Research
find out
objective,
the
explore the
yeah,
practices.
but as I said, like find out the gap, right? Gap,
Mm.
and the reason why that gap
Oh,
happened.
yes, yes.
で、
うん
なんか、わかんないと、そういうあれなんだ。で、テオリーが、テオリーが、まあ、アンダースタンディングか。アンダースタンディングがありますね。アンダースタンディング。で、まあ、インプレメンテーションか。インプレメンテーション。まあ、do ですね、doing。で、ここの間にギャップがあるんですね。between this, there is something gap, right? で、もう、you can go one step deep, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
なんか you just show like teacher do this kind of this, lack of material. But please, understanding and doing is different.
Yeah.
And why, what kind of gap is there, and why this gap is happen? So from this result, from your questionnaire, please analyze and deeply.
Yeah, especially I have mentioned clearly in research, especially there is a training gap. The teacher has not received the training at all. Maybe only 10 days, 3 days, 10 up to 10 days training only they have received. But to apply this assessment properly, the teacher should receive at least 1 month training. But there is a training, gap. Maybe teacher they haven't applied, received training at all. Number one, and there is a traditional mindset. Maybe most of the teachers they only follow that paper pencil and worksheet based assessment and terminal assessment, but they are not, they are reluctant to change their traditional mindset, due to their colleagues and some other things, and resources also. There is a more problem of resources. Maybe for to apply this assessment properly, the teachers should be, the school administration should provide all the resource materials and technical support for the teachers, but there is a gap.
So that's yeah, you are right, what I think, but for the lack of training, that kind of thing is just it's not a reason, just a remedy.
Remedies.
Go back to the, なんだっけ、previous research, the theory. これですね。例えば、one more process で。例えば、here, this process, the teachers understanding this, but actual practice this, and the reason why that gap happened. And this process, select authentic tasks. This is quite important task, right? And here, teacher understanding and the actual practice work. And what's the reason that gap happened? なんか、following your frame, you can analyze the gap and reason.
Yes, Sensei, I have applied this. The teacher, they have a main problem on designing these authentic tasks, and they don't follow properly the tasks employed by the curriculum.
But the reason, my question is why teacher cannot follow? That's the
due to that, especially technical support and training, they have traditional mindset teachers, but not there is diversity in the teachers. That is a major problem. And due to a lack of training, there is another problem, and they don't have more knowledge on creating rubrics. But the teacher shows 56.1% teachers we have idea about rubrics. But if we wanted to ask to teachers, could you please make that rubrics for assessment? But the teacher actually they don't create that rubrics, and they don't apply. Due to that knowledge gap, there is knowledge gap, a training gap, and other colleagues also. But due to that colleagues, the teacher, if they try to follow the new assessment techniques, But the traditional the mindset teachers, they teaches maybe, yeah, the teacher apply for 1 month or after receiving training, then after that they stop. Mm.
Yeah. So, okay, okay, I understand. Yeah. So, so from your result, your question, please discuss and analyze more logically relating to your framework.
Right.
Okay, you already made a framework from the process point of view and the context point of view.
Mhm.
So from each context, you can analyze the gap and the reason. And finally, as a suggestion, the implication, you can suggest, 最後、遠藤さんが聞いてましたかね、what's the suggestion? そうだ。そういう、is it okay?
Okay, Shanti.
Okay,ですかね。
Okay, these are all the problems the teachers they have mentioned here. And this is the narrative type inquiry. So all the responses, what they said, and I put it, categorized, and prepared this narratives. And these narratives and quantitative data shows the different perspectives. So there is a gap between theory, actual understanding, and actual implementation in the classroom. Actually, we can analyze here the head teacher's responses. Frequently, I have monitored the teacher's activities and suggested practicing other tools and techniques like keeping individual portfolio, project of authentic tasks in assessment process. But the teacher don't take suggestions seriously as and do as usual. They don't follow the practices. So on the contrary, they even suggest to me. Even the teacher suggested to head teachers to me to use so this type of activities.
Yeah, I understand. So I understand that you have enough data, enough information you already surveyed. So how to show this data logically, including academic point of view? That's your task to go to the next level, I think. You know, that is probably most important. Okay? なんか例えば、when you cook something, many ingredients, right? Of course, sometimes you can eat by raw, you know, or just putting the dressing only. But for more nicely or good research, you have to more organize nicely. So that's one necessary. And the point please relate to the theory for the analysis. そうですかね。はい。はい。じゃあ、はい。はい。
Okay, thank you very much.
はい、じゃあ、お疲れ様です。次の